What's up, guys, and welcome to the Isn't It Crazy podcast. Before we get started, there was a protest for the Black Lives Matter at my hometown of Des Plaines, just on Oakton and Lee. And I just want to say, that's the way you protest. It's peaceful. People were out, had signs. They weren't blocking traffic. If anything, the traffic people were driving by and taking videos of these young kids with signs that said, Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace. I think it's important for the youth to come out and know that they don't have to live with that hate in their heart. And it's important for a community to come out and say, we are not going to allow this kind of behavior in our town. So, there was cops and everything. They saw people being vocal against police brutality. So it's saying to the cops, it's like a message to them saying, hey, we're not in our town. We're not going to allow you to treat the African American or any minority or whites for that matter in a bad way, because you're here to protect us, not fucking kill us.
To protect and serve. This is correct.
So shout out to them. That's the way you do it. You don't loot, you don't destroy your fucking city, but you get the message across.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my friend Sev back, number 2.
Woo, number 2.
I heard it's always good to get invited back.
Oh, yeah,
because
it is.
You must have done something right.
I figured, I was like, he's wanting me to come back. I'm kind of wondering what he wants me to talk about.
I mean, well, one of the reasons I invite you over is just because you're honest and I like your opinion. And you're very to me, you're one of the smartest people I know.
Oh, thank you.
Just because you're a deep thinker. So you think about everything.
I try.
Yeah. And then with this whole Black Lives Matter thing, you're screaming from the rooftops. Look at these facts. All your whole stories are just.
I mean, the way, aside from knowledge being power, money is power. And a lot of us don't have that money that people like fucking Donald Trump has, that can just run for fucking president and just demand the way things be the way he wants them to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to use my desire to learn and to gather all the knowledge I can to especially benefit people, with the tear gas, knowing their rights, what police can't actually do, because a lot of people give police forces this pseudo power because they don't know what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
So it's all about just, you can't fear them, because fearing them gives them power. And even as a white person, fucking don't fear them. You don't have any more of a reason. Unfortunately, I feel terrible saying this, but white privilege, we don't have any more of a reason to fear an officer than people of color.
Yeah.
So stand up for them. Fucking, if you see them getting mistreated, see a black person get mistreated, see a Latino person get mistreated, anything, stand up for them.
Use your voice. Use your voice too.
But be wise about it, because I have also found myself going a little too beyond what I should be saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being a little too extremist at times. It's kind of, at least for me, an ebb and flow kind of thing. Donald Trump and his fucking pseudo totalitarian dictatorship, that needs to be spoken out against. And our governors, a lot of our governors, even fucking Pritzker is no, we don't want fucking military in our state. We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. And that's awesome. We need people like that to stand up for us. We need people to stand up for people, damn it.
Yeah.
For the people that aren't privileged enough to not have to worry about getting harassed or thrown in jail for nothing, being sent back to their own country, whatever.
Well, that's why I think white people like you are very important to the cause, just because, it's becoming like a team thing. So it's Black Lives Matter, and then white people saying all lives matter. But you're the person that's saying, well, I'll stand with you guys. I'm going to go on your side, because you're smart enough to understand that there is an injustice instead of just being ignorant.
I actually saw, I think it was just last night while I was scrolling through Instagram. It's not that your life is harder, but that the color of your skin doesn't make it harder. Something along those lines. If that
Mhm.
makes sense. I was like, well, yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. My parents were like, yeah, we're lower class, we're suffering. It's like, well, no. While that's true, that you could be suffering a lot more if you weren't white. You
Yeah.
have to step into other people's shoes and look at it from other perspectives.
Yeah.
'Cause-
So, did you know about the Red Line projects? Where like,
It sounds familiar, but I'm unfamiliar.
so like, you could, so say you take two low income families,
Huh.
and one of them's white and the other one's black. That low income family that's white will get a loan for a house. But the black people either won't get a loan or it'd be a really high kind of
Like high interest
high
rate kind of
interest. Yeah,
shit.
yeah. And then so
Okay.
then they put them into communities where it's all black people and then all white people. And that's what bred segregation. So these these red lines were literally maps of the cities where they would be like, okay, this part of the city is very unvaluable, so we'll give it to the blacks. And this part of the city is very valuable, so we'll give it to the whites. And then you get these communities, and then you get the hood and inner cities and stuff like that. So
Right.
that's what I mean when you like, so you could be low income and think that like, oh, we're the same because they're low income too, but
Right.
you have a little heads up because you're white.
Just, you have that little bit of a headroom, and
Mhm.
it's really honestly so hard to remain calm because again, I do have my parents and some friends that are like that have that mentality. It's just
Yeah.
like you have to keep calmly telling them, you know, ebb and flow.
Yeah.
Like just yeah, I hear you, but you know, blah blah blah, white privilege,
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Mhm.
But it's a really shitty thing to see happening right now. But and you know, a lot of people because of all this are again being distrustful towards government officials and figures. But
Yeah.
like, you can't distrust all of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
the entire world's a gray area. Go on.
I think
Because then I'm thinking about police, and it's like, no, a cab. But go on.
okay, so I think part of it is our fault
Huh.
because we wait for things like this to happen for us to want change. But when it's time to actually create that change, nobody shows up. So what I'm talking about is voting. If listen, what Martin Luther King said that riots and protests are a reaction to a problem, not the solution. So your reaction is obviously you're mad and you want to go say, hey, look, this is not okay. And that's why they have riots and protests, you know. So, but the way you change this, the system systematically is you have to go vote and you got to put people that are going to
Yes,
tell
sir.
police that that are going to make laws that police actually fear. Because right now police are like, okay, yes, I
They
could
think
kill
they're above the
somebody.
law.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like being like, have you ever been like at McDonald's, right? So when we worked at McDonald's, we all did stuff that wasn't company like. So I would grab like a bun and put chicken nuggets in there and put like a different type of sauce and eat it.
Right.
And then like my employee, like my coworker would see me and they would just laugh and be like, "Oh, you're at the job.
Right.
You're doing like it's okay. You could get away with it because you work here." So the same thing goes with cops.
Same mentality, yeah.
So like so the people that investigate the problems that happen are cops and DAs, and DAs are the ones working with the cops when they're trying to pursue or convict somebody.
Yep.
So they were saying that it's really hard for these lawyers and DAs to go against the people that are working with them. So it's really awkward because you're
Makes sense.
yeah. So they kind of let them slide.
And actually, it's interesting thing you bring that up. So there is this, for whoever's watching this may know who this person is, but there is a lawyer, DeFranco from Park Ridge, who is, I forget what exact position he's running for now, but he's running for judge of some kind.
Okay.
And I've had at least 2 people tell me that this guy is great, that he'll, if you got the money, of course.
Yeah.
He can pretty much get you a slap on the wrist with anything. I even had a coworker from Ace Hardware and Displays when it was still there. Recently, as of maybe last year, got like his 3rd DUI.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're looking at jail time at that, right?
I would have assumed.
Even the first one, you get jail time.
This guy, like I was saying, DeFranco, he's such a good lawyer. Granted, I do not believe drinking and driving is good, but he was still going against the police, right?
Yeah.
And just, I think yesterday, a friend had sent me a photo of, DeFranco.
Yeah.
Saying he like brought sandwiches to the Park Ridge Police Department.
Yeah.
It's like, well, wait, what? What? But and going back to your point of being proactive in our government, I was actually thinking about this morning. Everyone in America is like, oh, it's America. I can do whatever I want. And, America.
Yeah, my freedoms and stuff.
Yeah, my freedoms. And it's like, okay, how do you get those freedoms? No one just gives them to you. You vote for them.
Yeah.
You elect the officials that are going to stand by your values and beliefs, and then so on and so forth. And it's like, that is how you get your freedoms.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just some magical thing like that. No.
It's so important to vote, and more important is doing your fucking research. So
right.
for the Democratic primaries, where you voted for either Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden, I woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna go vote, and my mentality was just one of them, Bernie or Biden, and I did vote for Bernie just because I thought he was more like vibrant and there,
right. I agree.
And Joe just. It's an oil spill. It's just a mess right now.
Yeah.
But when I got there, I wasn't just voting for one or two.
Yeah, it's a lot more than you think.
A fucking list of people, and I found myself thinking, like, who is this? What are they gonna do? And you have to fill it out. So I just started clicking names, and it's just like, how irresponsible is it of me to put these people into power without knowing their intentions at all?
Being an uneducated voter is almost as bad as being a non-voter.
Jesus. So I did that. So granted, I voted for one.
I did too.
Yeah. So I think people should research who and what these people are going to do. And it's literally 2 clicks away, because I got home and I felt so fucking stupid. I was like, how could you not do your research?
There's even one question, I think, like at the very end. Like, do you believe that this person should get the power instead of, it had to do with like the city of Des Plaines government. And I was like, well, I don't know. I didn't really think Des Plaines city government had anything to do with real government, but I guess it does. So
yeah,
like you said, being aware, doing the research.
These people are making choices of your life that you're never even going to fucking know until it affects you, and you don't even know how it's affecting you, whether it's like a extra $5 tax on some property tax or something like that.
Right.
If you're not like some 70-year-old that's just keeping up with the local government, you're not gonna know. And these people are making decisions. So say I came to your house and I was like, hey, yeah, you're not gonna brush your teeth anymore, or hey, you can't watch TV anymore. You'd be like, what the fuck, who gave you the right? But what if I was like, well, you voted me in and that was my job?
Womp womp.
Yeah, you'd get mad. So I think it's important for people to do the research and then go vote. And it's more important right now. It's like saying, save that energy that you have right now, save that anger and that want for change. Come November, that's when the real change is.
And also, I want to add to that.
Yeah.
we can't let this slide. We can't just assume, oh, all this shit's happening. So that means even if Donald Trump does run again, he's not going to get elected. Don't assume that.
Yeah.
Do not, by any means. I do not want Donald Trump for a dictator. I do not want another World War II scenario. No one does.
Yeah, that would be shitty for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys think you're miserable now with the whole COVID,
yeah, being
war is
locked in
worse.
these curfews, like that's literally like totalitarianism. People, like the government having essential total control over the people.
Mhm.
Wake up.
Hopefully, it wakes some people up.
Hopefully.
It's the same story over and over again. You know, black guy dies, we riot and protest. Nothing really changes because people don't actually fucking vote.
Mhm.
And then next time it could be you, or next time it could be your husband that
Could.
choked somebody out. You know, like
Right.
it could be the cop.
And I was also, when the riots really first started picking up last week, like I had friends that would tell me like, I'm scared. Like I don't
Oh, yeah.
know and then it's like, I told them, it's like that fear, that anxiety, whatever you're feeling right now. Think if you were a black person in the 1950s in the South.
Holy shit, you're fucked.
Every day you step foot out. I mean, even now, I'm positive every day they step foot outside their door, they got to worry. Am I
Yeah.
going to get shot? Is my family going to get hurt? Some shit like that.
That's a burden that I know I've never had. You know?
I agree. I have to admit that myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's a scary feeling. And I don't understand how some people can not grasp that. It's a mystery to me.
It's hard just because you can't put them in that scenario.
I know.
It's like, why do you think we fight wars in other countries and not at home? Because the U.S. government knows the war would stop immediately the moment the war was at the doorsteps of the people voting these guys into. You know, there's this quote I love that says, if the people voting for war had to go to war, there would never be war.
Oh my God, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, these guys are signing bills and making orders with other people's lives.
Right. It's not a fucking video game. It's not Call of Duty here.
Yeah, these people are
This is real life where people actually die.
Part of me thinks they like that though. Like,
I mean,
you ever wonder why, like, you see somebody and they're like, they make billions of dollars, right? A billionaire, and they keep working and their work ethic is like super, like crazy. Like,
it's literally just kind of work.
Yeah, they're just hitting it, redlining it every single day. And you're like, okay, you have all the money. What else do you want? It's not the money they give a fuck about. It's the power that they get.
Yep.
So I think being able to tell people, hey, you're going to go to war, or hey, you can't come out, or hey, you're going to do what I tell you is more valuable than money will ever be.
I would agree with that, in all honesty. Because, yeah.
You know, last night I heard we were watching a movie and the guy goes, I never did it for the money. It was Roger Ellis, the guy from Fox News. He got accused of sexually harassing girls just to put him into like the anchors or whatever, give him airtime. So he'd be like, "Oh, you got to suck my dick to."
Fuck.
Yeah. So these girls came out and they were like, "Yeah, he did that to me" or whatever, and then they gave him $56 million as a severance package because it got so bad that they told him you have to resign. Like, you're getting fired right now. Like, this is not a good look. So they're like, take the money and just it's a good amount of money. And he goes, I never did it for the money. And then Robert what's his name? Robert Murdoch, the owner of Fox. He's like, yeah, I know you never did it for the money. These guys did it for the fucking power and the ability to control the minds of the United States and say, like, this is the story that we want you to believe.
That's literally fucking political propaganda. Literally.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's
a good movie. It's called Bombshell.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's got like Megyn Kelly and the other two anchors that accused them of the sexual harassment. But there was 26 girls that accused him. Because there was this moment where she goes, "Why am I witness W?" She's like, "There's 26 letters in the alphabet, and I'm W." And then she's like, "Did 22 other girls accuse him already?" And then they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "That's crazy for somebody to pick up on." They're like, "I'm witness W." So does that mean like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is witness A? So these guys, they get like power drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start making decisions that affect us all.
That are really just kind of selfish decisions for that benefit them rather than the people they're governing or trying to educate, whatever.
So you think the solution? What do you think your solution to all of this is?
Oh, geez, that's a loaded question. Well, I see a little bit of progress here and there with cities actually defunding, or not fully defunding, but not giving police departments as much funding and putting it towards other things, which is great. Like public transportation should be something, housing for the homeless, cheap housing for people that can't afford it.
Yeah.
Like, this, rather than paying a cop whose real, at least right now, sole purpose is to violently enforce the law by any means. Why don't we put that towards something that will actually help people?
Yeah. We saw like, for some reason, just the more educated you are, the less hatred there is.
And that also sucks too, because like education for the most part costs money and not
Yeah.
everyone has the access to education.
Yeah.
But I will say, I mean, I was never good in school. I hated school. Like it was boring and tedious to me. But nowadays, like I have the freaking internet at my disposal. And it can be a dangerous tool, but it can also be a very helpful tool in educating and, spreading word of these fucking atrocities that are going on.
I was going crazy the other day because what happens is when I'm at work, I just start thinking like I have a thought, and then the whole day I just elaborate on that thought the whole day. Like I pick at it, and I'm wondering why, and I was wondering, like you said, you have the internet now. You have literally everything that's ever been documented in the history of human beings at your fingertips. You could go on Google and be like, "What were the pyramids made out of? What happened in this year?" Particularly,
like a digital Library of Alexandria.
Yes, yes, just everything you ever wanted to figure out. And you could literally go, what drove me crazy was that you could literally go on YouTube and listen to some of the greatest minds that ever lived. Martin Luther King, Jesus, no, I'm kidding. He wasn't there. What's his name? Oh, Jeff Bezos telling you how to start a company from your garage into a
Right.
$1 trillion company. You could listen to Elon Musk. You could listen to Charlie Chapman talking against the machine. The "I'm just a man" speech.
Is that what, like, he's like dressed like Hitler?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's from a movie called The Dictator.
Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
And then he's like, "No, I'm not going to be this dictator because the power lies in the people," kind of thing. And you can listen to some of the most inspirational speeches from some of the best minds in the world, and they don't. They listen to 6ix9ine, and 6ix9ine has 120 million views on a song that's so fucking stupid, and it drives me crazy that Martin Luther King videos or fucking Elon Musk videos don't get as much fucking.
And that, I think, is also one thing that could help curb, or at least help us in general, is kind of taking breaks from social media, because a lot of the time we tend to get in that kind of obsessive like mentality, and we only focus on the things that we want to see, which can be very harmful.
Well, isn't that the algorithm too? So if social media dictates that you like something, it'll show you more of that thing. and I shouldn't say this because you don't. Do you have TikTok?
No.
Okay, so I have a TikTok, right? And every time my girlfriend goes on there, she gets crafting videos because that's what she's into. But every time I go on there, it's not like I'm liking these videos, but I think the algorithm says he's a guy, he's 27. So in this demographic, these guys like ass. So literally all the fucking videos that come up are of girls shaking her ass or girls showing off their ass. And she's like, oh, it's because you like these videos. I'm like, no, it's because the algorithm it has already had it.
I've even noticed on Instagram, I don't like, when you're like scrolling through like just the general shit, like I won't even click on a post. I'll just kind of like, what is this? Like, it's a video and I'll just stop and look and I'll just keep scrolling. And then, say it's like fucking cars, like, fucking drag strip, I just stop and look. The only video I've ever seen, and then all of a sudden, don't even click on it, but more fucking car shit will start popping up.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, the meat and potatoes of it really, I feel and there's not a whole lot that can be done about it, but kind of just capitalism, because that, the algorithm is there for Instagram, for Facebook, for TikTok to basically make money because.
So they're just maximizing their profit.
That's
on
kind of what
things.
I believe it to be.
Yeah, I think you're spot on that.
I mean, and it's not to say like capitalism is bad, like inherent, like fucking Converse, Black Lives Matter and stuff. It's like cool. I would rather these companies, promote this positive word rather than not at all. Even though they are still like a multi-million-dollar corporation that could be doing more, but small steps, baby steps.
True. Yeah. So did you see Nike donated $40 million to anything like Black Lives Matter or like just Black communities?
That's fucking awesome. I did not see that.
Yeah. But I get that these companies are like, I'm going to donate this, but let's be honest, Nike's economy depends on Black people. Because Black people buy a shit ton of Nike. And white women that like to work out. But like, think about like Air Jordan makes almost $100 million a year. Or they make $1 billion just from the Air Jordan brand.
Right.
So some of their biggest like profit margins are from sneakers. And who's buying sneakers? Youth. And a lot of it is African American and minority, because they've been like glamorized from like rap videos and popular culture and stuff like that. So, so them donating is like, yeah, you need to donate because you depend on these people to like you.
Yeah, that's true. And like, yeah,
but it's really nice of them to. They don't have to.
This is true. This is true.
So it's really nice for any company to be like, we're gonna donate to the cause. Yeah.
That's the think about that. But yeah, like even I'm still furloughed, but Guitar Center, if you go to their website, the very first banner that pops up is Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And that makes me proud to be working with this company that is unafraid to lose customers, potential customers, for saying for speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need the assholes for customers, racist, white supremacist assholes for customers. No one does. Come on. No one wants to deal with that. Get the fuck out.
I wonder where that stems from. Do you think it's fear that people are racist? Because I always thought ignorance breeds fear, and then fear breeds hatred because you're mad that you're scared. And that hatred is towards whatever you're scared of. So if you don't live around Black people, you're always going to be scared because of. So somebody got scared a long time ago, and then that became a value of theirs, and they passed it on to their kids, and then that fear just keeps going. So it has to stop somewhere where you're like,
right,
you have to live with these people to really understand it. Like if I didn't know you, I wouldn't know the things you're into. I wouldn't respect you the way I do because I sat down with you and I learned more about you. And I'm just like, okay, Sev's a very smart guy. He's passionate, went to the subjects that he's into. And to me, like you're a cool guy. Like you wear the the Scarface Miami.
Fucking like Hawaiian-esque shirt here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're honest, and you say what you mean. So I would have never figured that out if I never sat down with you and had a conversation.
That's true. I mean, in general, a lot of it is just shut the fuck up and listen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like, you're white and you're suffering, but just shut the fuck up and listen. Listen, 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 listen. Get it? Everyone's suffering, sure.
Yeah.
But it's an undeniable fact that there are people that suffer more than others, and purely due to the color of their skin.
That's insane to me.
I know. It's a literal, undeniable fact, but people still deny it. And it's like...
So you think... I personally think it's fear and just ignorance.
I agree with that, in all honesty. And fear is a powerful thing. It's a very controlling thing. It's hard to break fear because, I mean, if you think about like humans in the wild, fear protects us because, like, oh shit, there's a fucking grizzly bear right over there. I'm just gonna back away now. That's scary. And then so even if you see a cub that is like the size of, I don't know, like a dog, you're still going to be like, oh shit, that's still a bear. I'm scared of it. So yeah, I do believe that a lot of it is based, if not all of it, is just based out of fear and either the inability to rationalize that fear or, okay, maybe not rationalize the fear. That's not good. Just kind of
understand
the fear. When I was in the one psych ward, at least, they only two. Let's be clear, there are only two. But the first one, we were talking about anxiety.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it was people that didn't have panic attacks. It was just people that had severe generalized anxiety. And one of the things they would teach us to do would be to kind of just, if you get anxious about something, just to kind of sit with it, to understand it.
Yeah.
To like, okay, so I'm feeling anxious right now. Why am I feeling anxious?
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm feeling anxious right now. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 black tiles there. There's 3 there. Okay, I'm calm now. Why was I anxious then? Kind of thing. Like, you can feel your emotions and not act on them.
Okay.
Like, and that's something I feel would also benefit people too, is you can feel your fear and anxieties and worry, but don't let it control you. Step back. Why? Like, we'll say ignorant white people. All lives matter. They think their life is suffering, but they hear all these riots and it's like, I'm scared that I'm going to get hurt. Well, why are you scared you feel you're going to get hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because there's all these riots and everything and I might get attacked. My family might get attacked. Okay, well, you're scared for your safety. Now, let's kind of take that and we'll put it over here. What if your skin color was not white? You would be fearing way more. And I think I kind of lost the train there on where I was going with that. I'll be totally honest with you. But to sit and like try to think about your fears and to, make them not fears anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I was trying to say.
So systematically break them down until the
bingo
bottom of the bottom of the source.
That was a way better put than me.
Well, I'm listening to what you're saying, so I'm just thinking. See, like, I'm
listening. He's listening, and that's what we all should be doing.
I mean, this conversation has to be had. So I did something really ignorant the other day. Did you see the black squares that people were putting? Did you put one?
Yeah, on Instagram and shit.
Yeah. So I was like, the first thing that came to mind, like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, that's stupid. Like, that's not going to change anything. Like, you're putting a black square on your Instagram, and what does that do? And then, like I said, like, at work, I don't have much to do other than to work.
Mhm.
So I start thinking about other things as I'm doing this like mundane, repetitive thing.
Right.
So I started thinking, I'm like, okay, that was really ignorant of me to say, because yes, these black squares aren't going to radically change anything or the way black people are being treated in America,
Mhm.
but it does promote the conversation and shows African Americans that, hey, we're not ignoring this problem, that we're conscious that this problem is here and
Mhm.
we're going to acknowledge it. And we're going to make that voice a little bit louder so then people could hear it and then have the conversation
Mhm.
to maybe radically change things, because the conversation is, how can we solve this, because
Right.
it's gone on for so long.
A very, 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 very fucking long time.
Yeah. And I don't really agree with like breaking people's shit, like the small stores and
I do want to say that while there might be some protesters that are rioters, not
Mhm.
all rioters are
True.
protesters.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Some
that's
people are
all.
just taking like advantage of the situation and
And even in any case, I've seen scenarios of plants, like people being planted in these protests.
oh yeah,
Or I'm sure everyone's seen the photo of like
the
a
cop.
pallet of bricks, like people dropping off pallets of
Yeah.
bricks
Just
or destroying like just anything,
mhm.
really. People planting shit, destroying water for protesters, and it's like,
Oh, that was so fucked up.
yeah,
It's like,
I
what do you
mean, that's
That's insane. And
yeah.
I saw the picture where like dude's literally stabbing the fucking waters, and
I
it's like,
even
what are you
saw a
doing?
video. I'm not even kidding. Of I don't know where it was, but it was a protest. A cop had someone down on the ground, black person,
Mhm.
and he had his fucking nightstick, and he's trying to like get the person. So he put the nightstick down, and then he just kind of rolled it towards the black person's hand,
Oh wow.
and they went and grabbed, like, just put their hand on it,
Yeah.
or at least what it seemed to me from the video. Just didn't go to grab it, but just like set their hand on it, and then just chaos from there on. It just cop just started going at him. Like,
He
what?
tried to give him cause for them to get his
Yeah,
ass beat. Yeah.
it's not giving someone probable cause is not what a cop should be doing.
True that. That's so fucking weird that they want to promote. Did you see the guy who's breaking the windows
No.
and he spray painted free shit for everybody at that's how they started. That's how they
Oh.
started the Minnesota riots.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so the first thing that in Minnesota that went down in flames was the AutoZone.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So then they're like, okay, so yes, the city's pissed off, so they're just gonna start burning everything. But then this video came out of a guy breaking the windows and spray painting with white spray paint, free shit for everybody at the doors of the AutoZone. And then his ex-wife called, like, she recognized him just because of his eyes and stuff, because he had an umbrella, a black
Mhm.
umbrella, and he walks over and starts breaking these windows. And then somebody like said the reason why he has that black umbrella is to let cops know that he's to not arrest him,
Hmm.
because he was sent there to do that. So then protesters are trying to stop him. They're like, "Why are you breaking the windows? Stop breaking the
Right.
windows!" And he just like runs away. So his ex-wife actually exposed him, and he's a cop.
Good.
So he's a cop that works for the city of Minneapolis. So they're like, so the cops started this riot, and then they used it as a cause to try to stop them from protesting.
That's that
It's like,
totalitarian fucking
how corrupt our mother.
right. And
Yeah.
actually, speak of the devil here, I see. I'm sure you order most of your stuff from Sweetwater, and I actually have
Yeah.
a guitar pedal coming from Sweetwater today. But a couple days ago, I saw that for President Trump's first presidential campaign, the head of Sweetwater donated
Did he really?
$2,700.
Fuck. Really?
Yeah.
He sent you candy in the
I
boxes,
know.
which I thought was a cool.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, Sweetwater's a great company, but like, Come on. That's
Everything here is Sweetwater.
like being a music company where like even fucking when you look back at spirituals from slaves uh in the fields and shit, like those were acts of rebellion. Like, and then you come with blues, and then of course the white man comes and takes the blues and makes it into rock and roll. But still, that rebellious attitude behind the whole of rock music,
Yeah.
and really music in general. How can you just go against that? Like,
Yeah, these are the
again,
people. I think it's just ideology and not really understanding, like you said, where
like
it came from.
it's hard to accept. Like for me, I avidly boycott Amazon, but I do acknowledge there are people that still buy from Amazon, and
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that, like, as is with anything, that people listen. Like, oh, maybe we should
Wait, why
try.
do you boycott Amazon?
Because Bezos is just a rich son of a bitch.
I like how I said you could listen to Bezos, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My whole thing then with that specifically is like you were saying, you got all this money.
What are you doing?
Bezos literally has like the entire world's wealth in the palm of his hand.
True.
What do you need all that for? Like, if maybe money does corrupt, so maybe if I were to come into a large sum of money, it would be like
You'd get corrupted.
maybe. But I would hope not. And I mean, even fucking was it Edward Carnegie? So the guy that basically industrialized the steel industry and railroads.
Yeah, Carnegie Hall and stuff like that.
Yeah. So he was actually a big philanthropist, and I think he died with like less than 10% of his entire fortune, because his three principles were: one should spend a third of their life gathering all the knowledge they can, a third of their life using that knowledge to make all the money they can, and then the final third of their life donating
it.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what what's his name's doing? It's weird that I know his company name instead of him. The Birch Hathaway.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know the company, yeah.
So the owner
Berkshire
of that,
Hathaway?
Berkshire Hathaway or something like that. So it's what's his name?
I don't know.
Fuck, he's old. He's
an old white bastard.
Yeah, so him, Gates, and some other guys are donating 90% of their wealth.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Warren Buffett.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
interesting. I did not know that.
Well, see, that's the crazy part about having the internet at your fingertips. So eventually I got tired, and I'm not saying when you walked in here I was listening to rap music. And I was listening to I do listen to music, but eventually you stop listening because it's just like I listen to music for 10 hours plus every single day just because of my job.
Right.
You have to have something in your ears because the machines are so loud. So I'm listening to fucking Frank Sinatra, rap, anything. And eventually you get bored of it. So you start trying to learn things, So I listened to Warren Buffett speak, and he was saying
audio podcasts.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much that's how I got into podcasts, because I listened to a lot of things on Spotify. And then I was just like, all right, let me move on to people just having a conversation. So I started listening to Joe Rogan, started listening to the Fighter and the Kid podcast, and then it just built up like that.
Right.
But eventually you get bored of podcasts too, because you listen to people talk forever.
Right.
And then I started listening to just interviews of guys that have achieved something that I would want to achieve at one point. So I started listening to Mark Cuban, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, anybody that had like a story to tell.
Okay.
And, they're not the only white guys I listen to.
Right.
There's other people I listen to, but he said that 90% of his wealth was going to get donated when he died. And they asked him, what about your kids? And he's like, my kids are going to have to make their own path. And I was like, damn,
I mean,
90% is a lot of fucking money for him.
yeah. I mean, yeah, 90% is a lot, but it's 10% of, I'm sure, Warren Buffett's wealth will
Oh yeah.
at least get his kids started on their own
I
paths.
don't think they need that's generation wealth, you know, even $100 million.
Yeah.
And that's not even 10% of what he has. So
Yeah.
they'll be okay.
They
I'm
will.
surprised they asked him
But-
about the kids.
Yeah.
But
the point stands. Like, you don't need all that fucking wealth.
I think it's the power they want.
Yeah.
Power is a different thing.
I feel like you're right on that. There's power from fear, but then, you know, you can also get power through having money. And then once you have the power, the money is just there.
A byproduct.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I never thought of that.
I think these 1%ers are just hyper competitive people, and they've never listened to anybody. That's why they have their own companies and stuff like that. They don't like listening to people. So they don't want to listen to anybody. They want to be at the tippity top of whatever the fuck they're doing. And eventually it's like going to a rich guy's house when you're rich. All the shit he has does not impress you or does not matter because you have it too. So you're at an even playing level, right? So say if 2 billionaires show up, they don't give a fuck about money because they have all the money. So they have all the things. There's billionaires that talk about you can only buy so much. You can only do so much with money. You can only have 2 of everything and still have enough money. So they want the things they can't have. And the things they can't have is you can't buy people to a point.
Well, yeah.
You could always just throw $1 million and be like, yeah, you're going to do what I tell you. But they want to control, and that power is what separates one or the other at that level.
Interesting.
So a billionaire that's a president, or a billionaire who's just a billionaire, that the guy who's the president, Donald Trump, has more power. He didn't do it because he wanted to be president or change the country. He did it for the fucking power.
For his own goddamn ego. Yeah. Ugh.
You know what?
Can't stand his face anytime I see it.
So you know how I told you, like, I listen to anything on YouTube, interviews or anything like that.
Oh boy, yeah.
So I started listening. For some reason, the algorithm gave me this video of this dinner that the president has. And I would listen to it because they would bring in a comedian and he would roast the president in front of everybody.
Okay.
And then he would say, like, he would make fun of Obama or something like that. And then Obama would laugh. And then Obama at the end, the president always gets up and roasts everybody back. And what Obama did was he started roasting Donald Trump.
Ooh, man.
And he started saying, like, oh, like, Donald wants me to show him my birth certificate. And everybody would laugh. And then he's like, well, Donald, he's like, you could have all the money in the world, but there's one thing you'll never have. And if you look back at it, that was the fucking moment homeboy said, I'm going to run for president. Because everybody laughed at that joke where Obama said, you could make fun of me. You could say I'm not real American, but you'll never be president. And I was like, the worst thing Obama ever did in his thing was either bomb Libya
or egg Trump on.
Or give him a fucking motive to run for president.
I'm not gonna lie, that is probably the straw that broke the camel's back.
And they show him, and he's not laughing. He's just staring at him like, "Bad bitch."
Damn.
Oh, you want me to? You don't think I'm gonna become president?
Is that a challenge I hear?
Yeah. And people like that, like with him,
damn.
Like you said, ego. Ego will fucking drive you to the end of the world.
Yeah.
Or your death. Either way.
I mean, yeah. I want that motherfucker's head on a goddamn silver platter.
That's not gonna.
Oh, God.
More realistically, do you think he'll lose? Because he's running again. He's the first president to ever not stop campaigning. So when he won the presidency, he still had those, like, rallies. Even after he won, and they were like, what the fuck? He won. Why would you want to keep having these rallies? But he knew he had to keep the movement going because of the second term. I think deep down he knew he wasn't he wasn't good enough to lead.
It was, again, just more of a big dick contest.
Yeah, so he's just like, I need to keep their interest. I need to keep these people on my side. So we're going to keep having rallies, and I'm going to keep saying dumb shit like, I hope the police fuck him up.
They start looting, we start shooting or something like that.
Yeah. And that was made by a racist mayor.
Yeah.
You know, in Florida. So it's like
face palm.
You know what's the craziest thing? We were watching the Bombshell movie, and my girlfriend, she has like a crafting business. So she literally sits at her desk and she's making cups or whatever, and I just sit there and watch TV while she does this. And she was kind of listening into what was the movie was saying, and one line was, Donald Trump, before he became president, said, "You can't legally rape your wife because she's married to you." And my girlfriend turns around and goes, "What the fuck?" And I'm like,
what?
He still got elected because he said a woman's...
I'm out. Oh my God. No. But still, what?
Yeah. A woman's right as a marriage woman is to give you sex. That's what he meant. So you can't rape her. And he still got elected.
I need a minute here. Damn. I was not aware of that. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
God. But
at that point you could say whatever he wants.
I mean, grab her by the pussy.
Yeah. That's probably one of the worst ones.
Knowing that. See. And that's where I say, like, don't just assume that because of all this shit he's openly and with absolute malice and no disregard or guilt or any kind of feeling like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. Don't assume that he's not going to become president, because he could become president again for a second term. Yeah. And seeing the way his actions are, you know, firing cabinet members.
Yeah.
And granted, governors and senators are fighting back. Not all of them, but some of them. I mean, what's to stop anyone who is the leader of a country? What stopped Hitler from fucking invading Poland, even though the rest of the world was like, don't do that? And what did he do? He went and fucking...
He said,
fuck you, I'm doing what I want. So what's to stop him from saying, hey, we're not going to have any more presidential terms or whatever, something like that, or
the Constitution.
Him being, like, I mean, the thing about laws is
you could amend them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, if he gets enough support, if he gets enough white supremacists like him that just want power, like fucking Mitch McConnell, that fucking old D-bag too.
It's okay. You could say
I know
Mitch McConnell should have his nutsack trapped in a bear trap.
Yes.
I'll tag him if you want.
Yeah, sure.
We'll put him on. I'll put a little clip saying how shitty Mitch McConnell is. I'm sure he hears all this shit.
I hope. And everyone's always like, "Oh, don't say that shit, because NSA." No, fucking Siri on my iPhone's listening to every fucking thing I say, no matter what.
They know who you are.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
They know exactly how you feel.
All right.
They're like, yeah, that's he hates Mitch McConnell.
But like, what's to stop if we don't vote and are proactive in this presidential election and he gets elected? There's literally nothing stopping him.
So
I don't feel there is a whole lot that is stopping him. Donald Trump seems to be a man that can get what he wants if he really, really wants it.
That's why I always said, like, I never understood why people called him stupid, because I wouldn't consider Donald Trump stupid. Nobody who's accumulated that wealth and that amount of power is stupid. You can't say he's stupid. I think he could be ignorant. I
mean, who knows? It could just all be just a facade he's putting on, and he could just be a fucking mastermind behind closed doors.
But even that takes some type of intelligence.
Right.
You can't be some complete moron, or else any moron could become president of the United States. So for people to say he's stupid, it's not stupid. And I actually have a Trump book that, yes, I have not read, but it literally, all those pages contain
Wait, which one?
The fear.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, you can grab it if you want.
Trump in the White House.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just took it.
Real power is I don't even want to use the word fear. Donald Trump.
Yeah. So that book is just all his cabinet members talking shit about him.
Really?
Yep.
I might have to cop this myself.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, like I was thinking, like, oh shit, dropping all your
It's okay.
shit here.
They're funny.
Like his. Think about like Melania, his wife. I mean, sure, she basically has to go along with some of this stuff, but she seems to be really just done with his shit.
Oh.
Or like even his kid.
Come on, you can't be. Who you're talking about? Barron Trump?
Yeah, the little guy.
You know, there's a conspiracy theory that he's a time traveler.
Oh,
yes.
Tell me. I'm
Okay.
interested.
So there's this book that was written in the 1800s.
Okay.
And it's called Barron's Adventures, right?
Okay.
And it's about a kid that is from the future but travels to the past because he found a time machine. So it gets crazier because Nikola Tesla was talking about how he had invented a time machine.
Interesting.
But when Nikola Tesla died, the U.S. government took over all of his projects.
Oh, yeah,
And the person they gave it to, in charge of all his projects, was Donald Trump's great grandfather. Or wait, Donald Trump's grandfather took over that project.
Interesting.
So they talk about a kid named Barron coming back into time, and it's more detailed. I'm
gonna look this up,
dude. Look it up because I can't remember all of it. But that's pretty much like the framework of the theory.
Right.
That Trump's grandfather took Nikola Tesla's time machine, and somehow Barron finds it and goes back into time, back into.
So, like, what is? Do you know what Barron does when he goes back in time?
No.
Okay.
I haven't read that much into it, or I have, but they pretty much specify like why they connect it to Barron and the kid from the story.
Okay.
And I was like, when I read it, like it's really like fucking pages of this thing.
That's wild.
That's a great fucking theory.
Wild.
And I want to believe it. I want to believe, dude. There's so many conspiracy theories that I want to believe just for the fun of it. And people are like, yeah, well, conspiracy theories are just conspiracy theories. None of them are ever true. That's a lie, because there was a conspiracy theory called Project Paperclip, where they brought the conspiracy theory at the time in the 70s was that the U.S. government had gone into Germany after they had beat the Nazi regime and just taken all of their brightest minds, the engineers and all of their scientists, and gave them a safe haven in America with the agreement that they would help the American economy become better. So then they said if Warren Baum, the head of NASA, was a Nazi in Germany. And then it came out and people were like, no way, like shut the fuck up. Like, why would Americans fight against the Nazis and then just take some in and give them safe haven? And then it comes out that homeboy did come from Nazis to here and became the head of NASA. And the United States brought him here because they wanted to win the race against the Russians. And then their reasoning to it, once they got called out and all these facts came out, was if we didn't take the smartest people they had, Russia was going to take them. So we took them.
That's true.
So to people who say conspiracy theories aren't true or they're never real, there is conspiracy theories out there that have been proven true.
That's true. And,
so I want to
always got to take a grain of salt with every conspiracy theory because
it's a fucking conspiracy theory. Yeah, it's not true, but I want to believe the Barron one because that is that's a movie right there. That's a movie, and if somebody made it right, I would watch it.
We should start working on the script right now before you even post this video. Because some fucking Hollywood bitch is gonna be like, they're on to something.
Yeah, that's a great fucking movie. But definitely read into it because the more facts they give you, the more it makes sense. Because you're like, what? No way. This person worked with him, and for some reason, yep.
Huh.
And I know there's like a clear connection between Trump's son and the kid in the book. And I can't remember it to save my life right now, but it's like clear as day. You're like, that's the same fucking kid. It like clicks in your head.
You've piqued my curiosity, good sir.
You're welcome. It gives you something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like you were saying, you're scared or you fear that Trump is gonna try to change that we won't have like another president. He'll just become a
Basically alter something somewhere within our system that will either give him ultimate power or I mean he's already pulled what was it the fucking not the insurgency but there's this old like amendment where like he can actually call in the fucking military into different states or something like that. And it was legit. I don't think it was amended. So he's a smart motherfucker. Yeah. I forgot what it was exactly. Not the Insurgency Act. It started with an I though.
I know what you're talking about because I heard it on the news. Yeah,
but like he's not a dumb motherfucker. I mean, maybe he had a lawyer say like, oh, or like whatever, one of his cronies be like, oh, you could try this. And yeah, him being a smart motherfucker would be like, hell yeah.
Even that, like he's surrounded by smart people. It's not like they're all fucking retards.
Yeah. Sorry. They only seem stupid because they're being called out on these things that are wrong. And it's like, well, why the fuck are they doing that? Are they stupid? No, they're actually very smart. Yeah. They just got caught. I mean, every criminal is a fucking genius until they get caught.
True that. And they'll keep doing it until they get caught.
Bingo.
But I think things are just going to fly off the fucking rails if he wins the second term. Because the first term, you're kind of cautious, right? Because you're thinking, I need to get reelected. The second term, you don't give a fuck. And
you're gonna go balls to the wall.
A lot of people say like, well, then you're thinking about legacy. What are you going to leave behind? You know, like Obamacare. That's why Obama did not want Trump to win. Ooh. So what the, like, and granted, I don't want him to win.
Oh, man. Yeah. Ooh.
That scared you?
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah, but that's good. I mean, in this case, I will say it's good to feel this fear because that's
then you go out
making me more so like, I'll admit, you know, I didn't vote in the last campaign, the presidential campaign.
Yeah.
It was one vote, but you never know. I'm not saying I'm special, but I could have been the one vote that could have not had this happen.
So
the probability is really slim, but don't have that mentality.
Well, Illinois it went to the Democratic nomination. Yeah. But but county by county is where it matters. So there was this post on Facebook that said like these states where they have more electoral votes, like Michigan, Florida, Pennsylvania, these states, like they'll show you like Trump won because of 230,000 votes when 500,000 Black Americans did not vote. So it's like, and then they show the difference between like the margins he won and the margins that the people that didn't vote. And like in Pennsylvania, you would think like it's a very urban place. There's a lot of African Americans. People are going to go out, and he won that county and he won it by like 100,000 votes when like something like 700,000 able voters did not go to the polls, and you could have changed something in there, you know? So,
I mean, I wouldn't also say that it could just be sheer laziness of just, I don't want to go vote, but maybe they're incapable. Maybe they didn't have the ability to get to a polling place.
Well, mail-in votes.
Mail-in. Oh, no, yeah, you got me there.
And by law, you can ask for time off.
Right.
To go vote.
I remember that.
So you can't say I had work or I was too tired.
I mean, the system is basically built, so it's like you have no excuse to not vote.
Yeah. Well, up until now,
and voter fraud too.
I didn't vote. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Even mail-in votes, they're saying like because of the whole Corona thing, they were like, oh, we should do mail-in votes, and then Democrats.
voter fraud with the whole Hillary and Donald Trump thing. Like,
didn't they say that the Russians helped Trump get into power? I mean, it's like you want a shit sandwich, or do you want a shit sandwich with vomit on it?
Yeah.
You know? And it's not the greatest choice here. No. And I don't understand why people, like, even now, you know, like, I don't want Trump to win. Well, Biden isn't my favorite choice.
See, when a lot of people will disagree with me on this, but when it comes to a decision like that, like when it came to voting for the Democrat nominee, I stuck with my guns. I voted for fucking Bernie.
Yeah.
Like,
so did I.
Yeah, it's not always a bipartisan system. Look at Europe and how many countries have more than two, like, actual proactive
parties.
Yes, thank you. Like, it's possible. It's not just Democrats or Republicans. We don't have to settle for this person or that person. And again, it all still boils down to, like, listening to people, calmly communicating why you think this nominee or candidate is better suited for us as a whole, and not just me. I mean, another thing I feel that could help our entire country in general is literally splitting it up, because one of our states is pretty much the size of a country in Europe. And sure, you got China and Russia, but look at how much of that is uninhabitable, mountainous, cold. And I feel with the sheer size of our country and how I won't say convoluted our system is, but because it is a system of checks and balances, in addition to the size of our country, I feel it just makes it even more convoluted. Yeah. Because then it's like, oh, well, Florida dealt with voter fraud. Oh, something, we can't use those votes. It's like, okay, so that immediately just wipes out almost everything else. But I would say maybe if it was possible, split the country up into 3 or 4 segments, like, and there would still be a president, but it would more, rather than individual states,
sections.
Yeah. I mean, I feel if we had these 4 sections and all the governors had to report to one of 3 people or 4 people, and then those 4 people, 3 or 4 people, would go to the president, rather than 50 governors, and then you got however many House of Reps and senators all, like, colluding with the president.
Nothing ever gets done.
It's scary,
Yeah, it's a gridlock.
So that's where I feel, and the Electoral College, I think, is pretty bunk. But a lot of these things are not unchangeable, but it just takes a lot of convincing of the whole population, and
that's weird. That's the problem. I get what you're saying, and it's I would think, like, there's better ways to govern. But trying to change everybody's mind like in a singular way just isn't.
And honestly, that's why I was a little bit more for Elizabeth Warren than I was Bernie, because granted, Bernie on the international spectrum is pretty normal as far as left wing, but for America, he's considered extremist,
socialist. Yeah.
And that's why I was initially for Warren, because she's got the same ideals. She's progressive, but I feel a little bit less progressive to where people would accept her more. But then again, I was just like, no, I'm sticking with my guns.
You're going with Bernie.
Change, motherfucker.
Well, the thing is, like, people say he's socialist because he wants free healthcare for everybody, and he wants to help.
Fucking deal.
But everybody's like, oh, that's gonna ruin our country. What the fuck do you think just happened in the last couple months with the COVID-19? Oh, you think that stimulus check was not socialism? That's socialism right there.
Right before all these riots happened, after Memorial Day, supposedly the House of Reps was going to vote on a second stimulus bill. Where did that go?
So it passed in the House. It got fucked in the Senate because the House is majority Democrats, and then the Senate is majority Republicans. So if we were looking at the live vote, because my dumbass thought the moment they all said yay or nay, if they said yay to a second stimulus check, we were gonna get it the next week. So I started telling buddy at work, I was like, if this number hits 230 something, which is like after that you just win because you have majority vote. Right. I'm like, we're gonna get checks. And everybody's like, what the fuck? So they're like asking me, like, did we get it? Did we get it? And I'm looking at these numbers, and literally like 12 Republicans said yes to it. And then the rest said no. And then like 200 and something Democrats said yes. And like 10 said no. Right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, we won. So I tell everybody, I'm like, we won. And then I was like, we're going to get another check. And then I learned how it actually works. It goes through the House, then it goes through the Senate, and then it goes to the president. So say it gets through the House and the Senate, the president still has the veto power to say no.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to say no.
So it didn't really even matter.
So yeah, it didn't matter whether. So two out of the 3 votes was for no, the Senate and the president. So it never happened.
Yeah.
And granted, the first check was nice.
How much time we got?
We have 10.
Okay.
10, 15 minutes? No, not even 15. Yeah,
So
15.
Like
15 is it? Yeah,
okay.
10 minutes.
Well, I also wanted to say, as someone that's furloughed, the beauty of socialism.
Yeah.
So, being furloughed, I applied for unemployment.
Yeah.
And, the beauty of a functioning government is, getting that extra $600 on each unemployment check. It's not forever. It's still July 25th. But I also want to make the point that a lot of people are a little misinformed on how unemployment works. I had to do my own research because I was like, what? I'm seeing what's paid out to me, and I'm seeing all these numbers, and it's like, well, what's this? What's this? What's this? So the way, at least I understand that unemployment works is, at least for the most part, if you are employed and go on unemployment, essentially when you were working, there's a fraction of whatever that the company you're working for will pay into like a bank for their employees, each individual employee, for the purposes of unemployment.
Okay.
Which makes sense because it's like, well, if anything happens, if this employee gets cut off from us for whatever reasons, he's still got the ability to
survive.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you have a limited amount. I don't remember how much the government pays into it, but a majority of it does come from that kind of bank, that pool of unemployment money from your previous or furloughed, currently employed employer. And it actually is, at least in Illinois, I'm not sure if this is nationally, but you can only be on unemployment for a maximum of 2 years. 26 months, but 2 years.
But you still have to actively show that you're looking for a job before this whole COVID thing happened, right?
Right. And doing that, so you could either you can't go to an unemployment office now, but that was one option. A phone call, or doing it online. I'm not too certain how they track this, but when you apply for unemployment in Illinois, you also have to register with another service of theirs that is basically like, you create a resume and it basically brings up a bunch of job listings and shit. So they said, at least if you've been furloughed or laid off, fired, whatever, because of COVID, that they're not worried about that. because you can't do anything about
Yeah,
COVID.
you can't go find a job or anything.
Right.
Yeah, nobody's hiring.
So I'm not sure how they monitor that, but through that website that they have, that service, I'm sure they are. I mean, they send me emails like every week. Oh, we found some job listings for you. And
well, so say every time you apply for a job, you need to put in your social security number. Do you have to give them your social security number at that secondary?
I believe
that's probably the main way they track your shit.
You have to, but I think it is connected because you do when you apply for unemployment.
Yeah,
that I do know.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure because I mean they direct you right to that site, so it's like, well, I'm sure there's some kind of connection.
Unemployment people are making good money right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm at least making double bi-weekly compared to my normal bi-weekly paycheck.
My girlfriend showed me her bank account, and I was like, "It's a nice bank."
And
well, granted, it's not money, like it's money that you need. It's not just,
and even if it was a paycheck,
yeah.
It's like, well, I'm going to use that money, whether it's from unemployment or an actual paycheck, to buy what I want or what I need.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's given to you by the government or that you worked for it. You're still going to spend that money on whatever you want or need. Like,
yeah, I never understood why people would have a problem with people getting unemployment. You know, there's always like an argument, and it's just like, don't you want your government to have these like circuit breakers?
I thought about that too. And I think a lot of that kind of stems from a fear of like a kind of minimum wage thing where it's like, oh, well, I'm a paramedic and I make this much, I don't know, $20 an hour. But if someone gets working at McDonald's is getting $20 an hour too, like what? It's like, no, it's not how that works. It's this fear that I'm going to get shafted. That I put in all this work while Sev over here sits on his ass for 2 months collecting double what he normally makes.
Yeah. So it's like they think it's not fair.
That's what I'm thinking. And that's why I think a lot of people that are wealthy tend to downplay government benefits.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought people who complain about their jobs are... It's not like it's a surprise when you apply for this job. You can do your research and figure out how much somebody's making.
Right. So
if you want to put yourself in a position where you're going to make as much as a McDonald's worker, that's on you. Because you could have looked up how much does somebody that drives around, I can't say the
ambulance paramedic.
Yeah, paramedic. Yeah. How much do they make? Oh, okay. So this says the yearly average is 30,000. So if you break that down, you say like, okay, I get $20 an hour. Okay, now you know how much they make. And then it's common knowledge how much a McDonald's worker makes. It's either minimum wage or if they raise it up to $15 or $20 for that. So that's on you because you knew what you were getting into.
It's also, I would say, on the company you're employed with too, because like rather than say I'm a paramedic, this example, rather than me getting mad at someone that is, albeit working a shittier job than me, and making a livable wage, rather than getting mad at them, I should be taking it up with my employer. Like, hey, I feel like I should be compensated a little more. Like, I'm a paramedic. And I'm not saying that, people at McDonald's don't deal with shit. They most certainly do. We know we do.
Yeah.
But, it's like, again, you got to shed the I, me, mine and like look at it in different perspectives. Rather than get mad at this person, get mad at, the government for allowing this shit to happen or my employer for not paying me fairly. And in any case, if I want to, I can just look for another job that will pay me a fair wage.
Yeah.
But
some people don't want to put in the work and they'd rather complain and not figure out a solution. And I thank God I'm not that type of person. Every problem I've ever had, it's like, it's either I find a solution or shut the fuck up.
Right.
Yeah. Complaining does not help you get better or worse. If anything, it makes you worse because you feel worse about yourself. But complaining about something and not trying to fix it is the epitome of stupidity to me.
Right. I will agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So, I'm happy that our government has these circuit breakers because there's 40 million unemployed people. What the okay, if you're complaining about them getting more money or getting free money, what the fuck is the alternative? If you're scared of riots and looting now, what do you think 40 million people that are desperate for money will do? They would ransack the fucking
the ends justify the
Walmarts.
means.
Yeah, there's a reason why there's these circuit breakers. The people in the government understand that if we don't give them the money, it's 10 times worse.
And not to mention, people forget about the economy. Like, if people aren't spending money, the economy, this weird intangible living thing,
is
gonna fuck everyone over.
True.
Then.
Yeah.
Because it's just the way shit is.
Yep.
But
we got really political today.
Yeah.
Well, I knew I wanted you to come in just because you were screaming from the rooftops about this matter.
And I knew that's why you wanted me.
And I just kept seeing fact after fact. And I was like, this person is important in our community because you are, like you said, you have a voice, and you are privileged enough to exercise that voice. And if people with that advantage don't do it, then it's a lost cause.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that you're passionate about it and that you're sharing facts and stuff like that when other people who have the same ability aren't doing that. So a lot of respect to you.
Thank you.
For your ability to share the facts, and whether people think you've gone a little too far, I say you haven't gone far enough, so just keep going, keep making that voice louder, and
it's also for all you people, all white people out there, fight for other people's fucking rights, the same rights you have. You may not realize it, but you need to realize it, that you have more privilege because of the fucking color of your skin. Help your family out.
I agree. True that.
Fight for what's right.
Well, thank you for coming in, man. I feel like you stimulate my intelligence every time because you have valid points, and I'm sitting here thinking about what you're saying. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. All right, I didn't think about it this way.
Right.
And
it's about listening.
Yes, I love these conversations. You
right back at you.
Yeah, I'll definitely bring you back in. And yeah. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. Remember, fucking vote. That's the only way we're gonna change this.
Amen.
And keep making that voice louder.
Don't let it die.
Yeah.
You can bring it down a bit, but don't let it die.
Be like Sev.
In certain cases, sure. I'll take it.
Yes. All right. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye, guys.